But I'm also fantasizing about the end of the day,
What
Evening
about the
time.
end of the day?
When I can sit in my comfy chair. I have this very soft rocking chair in my living room.
Oh,
When I sit in it, the whole world just gets excluded from my
Such comfort.
psychology. Such a nice place to be. Yeah. I'm thinking about it right now. But this chair is also very comfortable. It's not bad. And there's a lot to do
yeah,
this
we're going to
morning.
be
So.
on it for the next 4 hours.
We are. And I'll tell you what, we're going to spend some of the next 4 hours in a heated debate on this show, because it appears from our conversations off air that the four of us, Mama V, Winston, Raymond, and I, fall on two sides of an issue.
Well, I like to sit in the middle.
We'll see if you can. This is the issue. So Winston and Mama V believe that, to be perfectly honest, it's the responsibility of ECG to go chasing those who don't pay their bills, because they cannot expect people to pay their bill. I'm talking about postpaid customers. They cannot expect people to pay their bills. If you haven't come to read their meter, why should they, voluntarily pay their bill every month? I also think, no, I mean, you budget for utilities. You use them. When you flick on the light and it comes on, you are using a thing that you must pay for. And if you have ever received a bill before, just pay that bill every month until ECG comes to read your meter. Then they will reconcile. If you have been paying too much, they give you back what they owe you. If you have been paying too little, they'll tell you what else is left. But at least every month you have made a payment to the utility company that keeps your lights on. If you pretend they don't exist and then they come along one day and they say you owe 3 million, now you are running around looking for 3. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and I probably would have paid my bills monthly if I was not receiving it. But I guess people also don't trust the system to work. Like, if I was paying, are they really going to keep track of what I'm paying? Am I going to hear a different story afterwards? Yeah.
But how is not paying the solution to that?
Well, I guess the thinking is that it's not my problem. If you're not bringing the bill, well, that's your problem.
It is your problem. Eventually, they will turn up at your house, switch off your lights, and tell you to pay whatever amount they tell you.
And why should
and you won't be able to go and verify to see whether that's how much you used
the one
or not.
stressing over someone's inefficiency. I mean, why can't they put the structures in place so that I can get my bill at the end of the month? So that's the other argument.
If you were in another country, you would pay your bill without question.
And don't forget, people are under economic stress, and
yeah, but it's a bill. It is part of your expense. Do you eat and not pay for it?
Oh, you definitely pay for
exactly.
it.
So why do you want to use electricity and not pay for it?
Well, I guess people are also buying time. It's like, okay, well, let's deal with the person matters first. I mean,
that is where the immorality of it comes in. So you don't consider your electricity bill to be an obligation that you must fulfill every month, but you will go and use that money for other things, do business with it, make profit on it, because you are waiting for the person you owe to come and ask you for it before you pay.
But naturally, people wouldn't just get up and go and pay their bills. The thing that they don't want to pay.
That is the point I'm making.
They don't want to pay, and so that's a difficulty, I guess. But I believe that the ECG also has to work at improving its structures.
Well, maybe they should do what other countries do. Maybe
which would be,
well, in other countries, if you don't pay your bill every added day, they add more.
Oh, Charlie.
Yeah. That's why if you were in the UK, you wouldn't make this argument with me.
Yeah,
you would pay.
But why would you not send them? Just bring the bill, I'll pay.
In the UK, they check your meter twice a year in the UK. Twice a year.
So people voluntarily
in between, you
pay their bill.
Whatever you paid last month, pay it again this month. Pay the same amount until the day they come and reconcile. And if you owe, you pay the balance. If they owe you, they'll give you back what they owe you. But if you don't pay, you let the month pass into another month. It's a monthly bill.
And what's the guarantee I'm not going to be shortchanged?
Hey, but you can be shortchanged when they come on the final day to come and collect their money. You can be shortchanged.
Just get the structures to work with you.
That is their responsibility. What is yours?
Good question.
Anyway, so the debate will continue. Right now, though, there is no debate that our gratitude goes to Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things done, and Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. We're thanking them for the 6 a.m. news. A poorly maintained car engine can age faster, and that is why Total Energies offers specially formulated quartz engine oil with age resistance technology. It's a breakthrough innovation that ensures optimal performance for your engine and improves protection against mechanical wear by up to 74%, even under extreme temperatures and pressures. Choosing quartz from Total Energies is choosing the engine oil that keeps your engine running efficiently and effectively. Quartz keep your engine younger for longer. I just realized it's the first time I've disagreed with you on anything. Wow, what an experience. What a thrill, what a rush. Anyway, the Joy Business Report comes up now and is brought to you by Glyco Life Travel Insurance. Glyco, we cushion you for life.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry warns of further increase in prices of goods and services in the coming days following the signing of the 3 new tax bills into law by President Kwawu. Also coming up, some civil society groups fear structures have not been instituted to prevent Ghana from getting back into debt distress category as Ghana works to secure financing assurance from creditors. And Ghana cedi expected to exhibit mixed performance against the US dollar for the second week running. Details coming up. My name is Daryl. Kwawu. Thanks for being with us this morning. First up, the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry is warning of further increase in prices of goods and services in the coming days, following the signing of the 3 new tax bills into law by President Kwawu. This move, according to Chief Executive of the Chamber, Mark Bedu-Abuaje, is dangerous and would collapse some businesses.
We are highly disappointed that this bill has been assented to and has become a law. Actually, we sent a petition to the President of Ghana to at least give us a hearing, at least let us also inform him about the difficulties we are going through, and even forward some recommendations on how they can still get a tax and then they will get a revenue and also bring some relief to businesses. But unfortunately, the President has ignored all the concerns that we have raised. So definitely we are not happy. But this does not take away the fact that this tax are still dangerous, the tax are inimical and counterproductive, and is not going to help businesses.
Chief Executive of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mark Bedu-Abuaje. Now, some civil society groups are worried that measures have not been put in place to prevent Ghana from getting back into debt distress category after an International Monetary Fund program. Government is currently working to have its debt cancelled by the Paris Club of Bilateral Creditors. And however, there are concerns that the structures have not been instituted to prevent Ghana from getting back into that situation. Benjamin Boache is Executive Director of the African Center for Energy Policy and spoke to Joy Business in Washington, D.C. at the just ended IMF World Bank Spring meetings.
You cannot borrow, and then your borrowed fund, less than 30% of that actually goes into capital investment. How are you going to pay for those loans? We cannot continue to practice or have a budget that overruns your revenue over 50% year on year. And how are you going to be able to service your debt? So all those things have to be reversed for us to come into a clear sustainability path that allows us to say that we're never again going to go to the IMF. I mean, the energy sector in Ghana is a major problem on our neck, where you see in government subvention into that space more than $2 billion a year. IMF is only going to give us how much? $3 billion in 3 years.
You had Benjamin Boache, who is Executive Director at the African Center for Energy Policy, speaking to Joy Business at Washington, D.C. in the U.S. at the just-ended annual IMF World Bank Spring meetings. While in a related development, managing partner of Ishmael Yamson and Associates, Michael Yamson, has criticized the Finance Ministry for sending mixed signals to investors on the possibility of second round of the domestic debt exchange program. The Finance Minister last week stated that he was misunderstood on a message he delivered concerning another domestic debt exchange program. Speaking to Joy Business, Mr. Yamson said government's communications on the processes for an IMF deal is incoherent and hurting private investors.
Clarity is lost because if the government was very clear again about what it intended to do. This miscommunication was never going to happen. Somebody raised a conversation somewhere about pension bondholders after a policy decision had been made a few weeks, or shall I say a couple of months ago, that pension bondholders would be excluded.
That was managing partner of Ishmael Yamson and Associates, Michael Yamson. Now, the Ghana cedi is expected to exhibit mixed performance against the US dollar for the second week running. This is because market players will be awaiting keenly the updates on the expected International Monetary Fund support program. Here's more in this report.
The cedi fell in value across the major trading currencies last week due to the renewed demand for the dollar and the other major foreign currencies. The local currency lost 4.37% against the US dollar to close trading at a mid-rate of about 11 cedis 95 pesos to the dollar. This came about after 2 weeks of sustained appreciation against the American greenback. The Bank of Ghana injected about $3 million on the spot market and allocated $20 million to the bulk oil distribution companies, which some analysts said was insufficient to meet market demand. There are still uncertainties on the market, and some market watchers believe a clear statement regarding the country's program from the fund will calm the worries.
Well, let's check the currency market for you this morning. The dollar going for 12 cedis on the forex or retail market. The pound going for 14 cedis 60 pesos. The euro selling this morning at 12 cedis 95 pesos. In other news, the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers has expressed worry over the high prices of liquefied petroleum gas. The price of the commodity went up by about 8% for the second pricing window beginning yesterday, April 17. Now, speaking to Joy Business, Executive Secretary of COPEC, Duncan Amwa, said the government cannot achieve its agenda of LPG penetration by 2030 if prices continue to remain high.
The sub-region has a situation where most of the countries are subsidizing LPG. We have the reverse where taxes have rather been slapped on LPG, and so prices continue to be high. You cannot continue to charge in excess of 12, 13, 14 Ghana cedis per kilogram and expect that people will be comfortable to take their bottles to go to fill, especially whilst we are also thinking of the cylinder recirculation program.
You heard Duncan Amwa, Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers Ghana. Now, the ongoing survey for national data on domestic tourism will serve as a good platform for policy formulation in bringing down the cost of hospitality services and other tourist sites, cost for tourist visits. Now, this according to the chairman of the survey committee, Professor Kwawu Buache. He said he believes that the operating environment could be the cause for the price tax. He spoke to Joy Business at the ongoing survey, which began in Winneba in the central region. Here's more in this report.
The Ghana Statistical Service is conducting a total of 4 surveys, primarily aimed at compiling the tourism satellite account, which will serve as a basis for computing the sector's true relevance to the national economy. According to the government statistician, Professor Samuel Kobna Enim, this is the first time the country is embarking on such a survey for the sector.
Ghana has never conducted a tourism satellite account as comprehensively as we are doing now. So this is a maiden survey, and we are hoping that going forward we would have the opportunity to update it.
Chairman of the technical committee for the survey, Professor Kwawu Buache, believes the findings will help the Statistical Service to make policy recommendations to the sector.
Yes, we can now make a strong policy point to government and find ways, innovative ways of addressing the hotel costs. And may I add that there's a reason why the costs are up, because the operating environment is challenged. So it's multifaceted, but then again, once we get these as facts, we can then now interrogate the entire ecosystem.
The survey is expected to take a period of 12 months.
Also in the news this morning, corporate institutions have been urged to support the Student Financial Aid Office at the University of Ghana to achieve its set objectives. This is to enable the office support the several needy but brilliant students to complete their programs and contribute to the growth of the economy. Selina Saka is head of the Student Financial Aid Office and has been speaking to Joy Business after businessman Larry Addo donated 40,000 cedis to support the office.
It means so much to us when individuals like Mr. Lariado chip in their support to make it possible for students to begin and complete their education. And so we would like to encourage and appeal to all benevolent individuals out there to come in and partner with us to make higher education a reality to needy but brilliant students.
Selina Saka, head of the Student Financial Aid Office at the University of Ghana. Well, today on Investor Eye, we will tell you what to do immediately you click a suspicious investment link that could compromise your bank accounts or mobile money wallets on your electronic devices. Joseph Kokwe is lead in charge of cybersecurity at the E-Crimes Bureau, and he provides some insights.
There are attacks that when you click a link, it has automatically downloaded all the content on your device. There are cases whereby by clicking the link, you have basically installed something that will let the criminal get access to your device perpetually. So there are many things that could happen, but the safest thing to do once you click on a link you feel that you shouldn't have clicked, right, is to try and isolate the device from internet access. So what I mean by that is, for most of the cyber attacks, we realize that the way they work is whereby if you click something, information or communication between a device that has clicked it will go to the attacker. So in isolating a device, it simply means disconnect it. If it's internet, take it off the internet access, so that whatever communications between the infected and then the one who did the infection will be broken to buy you time to recover. So isolating a device, so if it's on a laptop and you clicked on a link, disconnect from the network immediately.
And that was Joseph Kokwe, lead in charge of cybersecurity at the E-Crimes Bureau. Investor Eye comes your way on Thursday. Is designed to educate and create awareness of various scams associated with fake investment schemes to protect the public. Just as we check out on the commodity market, crude oil open trading at $84 a barrel. Gold went up by more than $3, selling at $1,998 an ounce. Cocoa is trading at $2,919 a ton after increasing by $22. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Daryl. Thanks for listening. The Super Morning Show continues with Kojo Yankson. Just learn something new. MOU.
Some people have signed some people's modus operandi MO is becoming very clear now. We are starting to see what they are up to.